Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima, and in this video I want to share with you some of the most intoxicating fragrances that I have in my collection. Now, what I want to say when describing a fragrance as intoxicating, well, basically is a fragrance that has this monstrous scent cloud, and it's just so intense and enveloping and just so addicting that you just want to smell it over and over. So it's that type of scent that it's strong, it's thick, it's rich, it's complex, and it leaves this amazing scent cloud. And so with that being said, I have here 12 fragrances, 6 niche and somewhat 6 designers. Well, I have here 4 designer fragrances, and a couple of them are more exclusive. So with that being said, this will not be a ranked video because any of these fragrances are amazing. They are all intoxicating and addicting and just wonderful. I absolutely love these, and I could have mentioned more, but well, if I would, then this video would be an hour or even more long. So for now, let's just talk about these 12 fragrances here. Now, I will start off this video talking about a fragrance from the house of Christian Dior, and this is no surprise whatsoever, and it is Dior Homme Parfum. Dior Homme Parfum, I mean, doesn't need any introduction. You know, this is one of my absolute favorite designer fragrances. I mean, everything about this fragrance is iconic. Actually, this whole line for me, it's iconic. And this is the most intense, daring, and more rich, the richest fragrance in this Dior Homme line. It's the Dior Homme Parfum. So here you still have the iris now, not as makeup-y as in the Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense, but it's still there with rose and a huge suede like accord, very big suede accord in here, with some woods, some musk. I mean, this is loud in it. Some people say that this has oud in it. I doubt. I never smelled that note in here, but again, you still have the iris, then you have the rose, the suede, the sandalwood. I mean, it's amazing. This is a fantastic scent, very dense, dark, heavy. Oh man, it's so sensual, so sensual. And the scent trail is just amazing. You will be noticed if you will be wearing Dior Homme Parfum, and in the best way possible. This is one of the most intoxicating fragrances that I have, and one of the best fragrances overall. This for me is an absolute masterpiece. From the house of Dior is Dior Homme Parfum. Amazing scent. Next fragrance here is from the house of Viktor and Rolf, and it is Spicebomb Extreme. Now, this for me is a guilty pleasure, but I think that this is a fantastic scent. This is for people who love tobacco vanille, or this sweet tobacco scents, because this has that. This has a vanilla, this has a tobacco, but then this also has a very prominent cinnamon note. And the vanilla here, it's slightly more balmy and dark. And while in tobacco vanille it's much more gourmandish, here we also have more pepperiness in the opening. So I mean, it's still different. It's in that genre of sweet tobacco fragrances, and I absolutely love it. And the scent cloud is fantastic. This is so yummy. This is delicious. I mean, I absolutely love the cinnamon in here. It's so addicting. This is perfect for Christmas, in my opinion, and it's perfect if you want just to smell delicious and mysterious at the same time, because this has a mysterious feel. Now again, the performance is fantastic. It lays on my skin. Of course, I mean, I'm just talking about these fragrances. I don't know if on your skin they will work as well as they work on my skin. I mean, that will depend, of course. This is just from my personal experience. Now, Spicebomb Extreme is my favorite from the Spicebomb line. The original is also very nice, but I think it's a shadow of its previous self. I think the original Spicebomb is now much watered down than it once was, and so for me it's not. It's a bit pointless having it when you have, for example, Bulgari Men in Black, which I actually prefer to Spicebomb the original. It has more layers, and so this one is definitely my favorite. I think out of all of them, it's the one that performs the most, has a better performance, and it's just an overall, it's a better scent from the blend, from the ingredients. I think this, for me, it's not scratchy at all. This is quite smooth. I mean, I'm not saying that this has a natural feel into it, but it's very smooth, it's very yummy. If you love gourmand fragrances, I think you will also really enjoy this one. Now, of course, you need to have a sweet tooth in the end to appreciate this. But again, fantastic scent right here, great performance, delicious, is Spicebomb Extreme. The next fragrance here is from House of Gucci, and it is Gucci Intense Oud. I absolutely love this fragrance. This was my second fragrance from Gucci. My first one was Gucci Parfum 2. This one was my second, and oh my god. This for me is the best designer oud fragrance. When I say designer, I'm saying mainstream designer. I'm not referring to the exclusive range of designers, but in the mainstream realm, this is definitely the best oud scent out there. Now, I doubt that this has real oud in here, but if you want to have an impression on how oud smells like, check this one out. And this is also very heavy in the balsams, in the incense, spices. A lot of people compare this with Nasomato's Black Afghano, and I can see that it definitely has some similarities, but this one for me, it's actually more elegant, more refined than Black Afghano from Nasomato. Black Afghano from Nasomato is very thick and also very heavy, while this one is also heavy, but the incense and the balsams creates a very mysterious and a very seductive feel to this fragrance. So that's why for me this is more elegant and more refined than Nasomato's Black Afghano, but the performance is amazing. I mean, wow, 3 sprays and you're good to go for the entire day or night. It's amazing. I absolutely love this. Is again, if you want to start to dive into oud incense fragrances, this is the best in its genre. Now, I don't know if this was reformulated or not. I mean, I purchased this one in 2017 and I have it since then. So I mean, yeah, I don't know if from that moment to now if it was reformulated or not, but if you can, I mean, find a bottle to try at least, I mean, just do it. I think it's worth the try, to say the least. And again, it's that oud fragrance for beginners, and it's the best in that category. So it's Gucci Intense Oud. Next fragrance here is from House of Cartier, and it is Pasha de Cartier Parfum. I love the bottle presentation, and this for me is just amazing. Now, I'm not a big fan of the original Pasha because I think it's a bit dated. Very heavy, but the lavender, although I love lavender, but that lavender, it's so old school, so, and in overall, that overall scent DNA, it's so old school and so it's just not for me. It's not for me, and it's very scratchy. I mean, it's not a great perfume in my opinion, at least nowadays. But again, maybe it's just my nose. So it might work on you. But I absolutely love this. The Parfum is, wow. It fixes that harshness of the original. Now you still have the lavender in here, but so much rounded and smooth. And here you have a heavy dose of amber. It's quite boozy. It has a boozy feel, like a whiskey bourbon feel in here. But I think it's not an official accord. I also get this honey feel, and I think honey is also not listed as an official note. But I get this honey, waxy honey with amber, lavender. It's amazing. I absolutely love this fragrance, and that for me, it's these are the notes that I get the most, like the lavender, the amber, this boozy feel with, again, an waxy honeyed impression. I absolutely love this, and in the performance, this is a Parfum. This is a extrait concentration, and it really performs like an extrait. Now, usually extrait fragrances, because they are more concentrated, they don't have much alcohol when comparing with the eau de toilette and the eau de parfum, so they will not project. But this one projects and lasts. I mean, it's amazing. This is a very gentlemanly scent, also very sophisticated and refined. This, whilst the Gucci, it's more about the incense and the woods, here you have more resins, more waxiness with that lavender on top. That it's beautiful. Seriously, this is one of the best fragrances created in recent times, released in recent times. I love Cartier fragrances. All of them are high quality scents. I mean, I will enjoy some more than others. I already told you, like, I'm not a big fan of the original Pasha, but I mean, Déclaration, Musty Cartier Parfum, L'Envol, I mean, these are all fantastic scents, and of course, Pasha de Cartier Parfum. And this one has an intoxicating, a really intoxicating scent cloud. Love this one. Again, Pasha de Cartier Parfum. Now the next fragrance here is from the house of Guerlain, from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection, and it is Bois Mysterieux. Bois Mysterieux, I mean, I was debating between this one, Old Santal Royal, or eventually Cuir Intense. I mean, Cuir Intense, out of all of them, is the one that projects and lasts the most. It's that beast of a fragrance, but I prefer this one in terms of the scent DNA. I prefer Bois Mysterieux. Actually, Bois Mysterieux and Ensemble Mythique are my favorites from this line. Then Santal Royal, then Ambra, that I'm not forgetting the name, which was discontinued, Ambra Éternelle, and then Cuir Intense. But I still really like Cuir Intense. I think it's one of the best leathers out there. But it's animalic and it's very harsh and heavy. I just prefer this one because it's more unique. And actually, this was from a previous collection. This was part of a previous collection, which now I don't recall. But you had this one, Rose Nacré du Désert, and Ensemble Mythique in this rectangular bottles. Beautiful bottles. Actually, I don't recall the name of that line, but Bois Mysterieux was part of that previous line. But for me, it smells the same. I actually tried them side by side, and for me, they actually smell the same. Now, Bois Mysterieux is laurel, very heavy laurel, with spices, heavy myrrhe with patchouli, and for me, this has a hint of oud actually, and also this has saffron, and for me, I get this animalic, sweaty feel like cumin. Usually cumin on me has that sweatiness, which I actually really do like. I love the animalic sweatiness that the cumin transmits to my nose. And this one to me at least, I can feel that. I can feel that sweaty animalic nuance with myrrhe, with leather, with maybe it's the leather that gives this animalic nuance. Saffron, laurel, I mean, amazing. This fragrance is so unique, so intoxicating, so good. It's one of the best fragrances from Guerlain, from this line, definitely, and it's one of the best oriental fragrances from Guerlain, hands down, hands down. I mean, I have yet to try the new ouds that Guerlain released recently, but from the reviews that I've been reading and watching in YouTube, I mean, it doesn't seem that they are very impressive. And so I still think that Guerlain already has fantastic oriental fragrances and just should move on and do what they do best, which is that fine French perfumes. So, but that's just my opinion. This one is really a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece in my opinion. Very intoxicating, very dark and mysterious, very unique. So again, if you're searching for a fragrance that fits all those descriptions, check this one out. Bois Mysterieux from Guerlain, from the Les Absolus d'Orient collection. And last, but definitely not least, in the designer side of things, high-end designer, this is from the house of Chanel, from the Les Exclusives, and this was my first fragrance from the Les Exclusives, and I love this. I mean, it was love at first sniff. This is this is intoxicating. Le Lion. Wow. Wow, it's what comes to my mind every time I smell this. Wow. Intoxicating is, to say the least, of this fragrance. You know, this is for people who love Shalimar, who love labdanum, heavy ambers, who love slightly animalic fragrances. This fragrance is a masterpiece. So this has the vanilla of Shalimar. This and the animalic qualities of Shalimar, I would say. This has a very strong, dense, rich labdanum, very raw labdanum. It's not your typical gooey, sweet labdanum. No, this is raw, like a rock. You know, this smells really rough, animalic labdanum with the patchouli. The patchouli here, it's similar to the not Cuir de Russie, but Coromandel. This has the Coromandel vibes from the patchouli, and this also has the leather, or a leathery impression that you get from Cuir de Russie. So it's a kind of a mix of Shalimar, Cuir de Russie, Coromandel. These previous two fragrances also from the Les Exclusives of Chanel. So you have a bit of everything, and then it's very heavy, raw labdanum. Oh wow, this fragrance is everything, and some more. Again, you have the vanilla, you have the labdanum, you have the patchouli, you have the incense. It has an incensey feel for me, and it's everything so put together. So it's a symphony. Wow. Seriously, this is like a moment of silence to appreciate the masterpiece of Le Lion. Not for everyone, but for me, it was, again, love at first sniff. This is huge. I mean, this is by far the best, the fragrance that performs the best in the Les Exclusives. But I mean, it's not even close. The scent cloud, the longevity, it's everything. Really, it was a very good surprise, and it's the reason why I dive really deep into the Les Exclusives. It's Le Lion from Chanel. Now let's talk about niche fragrances here, and the first fragrance that I have here is from the house of Ramon Monegal, and wow, this fragrance is something. It is Faiza. Now I already talked about Faiza, I already did a review of Faiza. I absolutely love this fragrance, from the bottle presentation, from of course the scent itself. Now this is a very complex fragrance. You have everything in here: raspberry, oud, vanilla, rose. You have lots of mimosa, heavy dose of mimosa, immortelle, amber. I mean, you have a lot of notes in here. Oh, it's so good. Wow. Now again, you need to have a sweet tooth, because this is sweet. Sweet. This is sweet. This is a very sweet fragrance. So you need to bear that in mind. Now this is fruity. This has the raspberry, that strong, juicy raspberry, heavy immortelle with mimosa, with hints of oud, lots of vanilla and amber. Wow, and create a very spicy, also very heavy saffron, So yeah, it's this mismatch of fruity, spicy, floral, resinous, vanilla fragrance. Amazing. And I mean, seriously, it's really yellow. Yellow is the color of the scent, definitely. For me, it really smells like you're being touched by the sun, you know? When you go out and it's sunny outside, and then you immediately get the sunlight in your skin, it smells like that, but sweet. I mean, it's a sweet feeling, but I think you get my point. But yeah, this fragrance is sweet, but I absolutely love it. It's sweet done right, but still, you need to have a sweet tooth to appreciate this one. It's immense. It's one of the most intense fragrances that I have in my collection. It's one of the most heavy fragrances, so also bear that in mind, but it's very intoxicating. Absolutely love this. Faiza from Ramon Monegal. Next fragrance here is from the house of Profumum Roma, Ambra Aurea. No surprises here again. Ambra Aurea is my favorite amber, another masterpiece. This is, I mean, again, my opinion, but this is the best amber out there. Why? Because this has labdanum and ambergris, myrrhe. Oh man, this is resinous, gooey, syrupy. It's sweet, but you also have a salty butteriness, which is to die for. I absolutely love this. Wow. Talking about intoxicating. Very warm, syrupy, gooey scent, with this buttery, salty ambergris. This is magic. This is pure magic. And again, this lasts and lasts. And the scent trail again, it's immense. You need to go easy on the trigger, because people might even choke. It's how heavy this is, but it's so warm and cozy and just so addicting. I love this. It's one of the best fragrances that I ever smelled. It's Ambra Aurea from Profumum Roma. The next fragrance here is from the house of Baruti, very underrated niche brand. It's Perverse. Now this is a beast, but a beast. It's really one of the most powerful fragrances that I have in my collection, and you only need a 30 ml. This is an extrait de parfum, if I'm not mistaken. Extrait de parfum. All Baruti fragrances are extrait de parfum. Now this, wow, So you have rum, roasted nuts, very smoky, roasted coffee, woods, and some resins. This is like a harsher, but in a good way, a harsher, more intense version of By the Fireplace. Imagine By the Fireplace. Now, By the Fireplace, which I also have from Maison Margiela, is a more sweet, roasted chestnut, smoky scent, more warm, more addicting. This one is like the crazy brother of By the Fireplace. Yeah, again, heavy smoky feel, rum, roasted nuts definitely here. This has that smell of burned woods. Yeah, with this slightly sweet, very ever so slightly sweet roasted nuts with coffee, rum. Absolutely glorious fragrance. And you have also cacao, a bittersweet cacao. I absolutely love this. This goes into a gourmand territory definitely, but it's very heavy, and the sweetness is very well balanced with the harsh burnt woods of this fragrance. It's a unique scent in my opinion. Now, of course, you can feel immediately if you know how By the Fireplace smells like. Of course, you will think immediately of By the Fireplace because it also has that roasted chestnut with that burnt woods. This one also has that less sweet, more intense in the burnt woods, and then you have the cacao, the coffee, the rum, which you don't find in By the Fireplace. But this is a very powerful fragrance. I mean, 2 sprays and you're good to go, because trust me, this is very heavy. But usually Baruti fragrances are very intense, rich, dense. So this is no exception, but out of all of Baruti fragrances, this is the one that performs the best. I mean, you will feel not 1 but 2 rooms with this fragrance. Is that intoxicating, really? So Baruti Perverse is a scent that definitely deserves more attention, and overall this brand deserves much more attention. The next fragrance here is from the house of Frederic Malle, Promise. If we are talking about intoxicating fragrances, we need to talk about this beautiful fragrance, Promise. Oh, from the Desert Gems. Yeah, this is one of those fragrances that I'm so proud to own. This has the green apple, an amazing green apple, a sweet but realistic green apple with a heavy nargamota, very smoky, dense, dark, woodsy scent. It's so good. Resinous. It has some animalic nuances like castoreum. Oh, it's so good. Like a leatheriness undertone. I absolutely love this, and this fragrance is also very heavy. I mean, the green apple in here, it's very heavy by itself, and it's just the opening. And then you have the dark woods, resins, leathers. I mean, it's the most affordable scent from the Desert Gems. It's my second favorite. My favorite is still The Night, but The Night is just, I mean, it costs an arm and a leg. And is it worth it? But this one is definitely worth it. The full price, the 100 ml, definitely worth it. I think out of all of the Desert Gems, this is the best bang for your buck. I think is the one that really, I mean, it's really worth having, in my opinion. And again, the cloud of this fragrance is just immense. Absolutely love this. Intoxicating to the max, definitely. And if you love this type of heavy fragrances, heavy ambers and resins and leathers with this fruity green apple in the top, that is this sweet green apple. I mean, it's a very unique fragrance in my opinion. It's very well done. A fantastic scent. Promise from Frederic Malle. The next fragrance is from the house of Amouage. I mean, Amouage, of course, it has so many intoxicating fragrances. I will just feature one, which is in the end my favorite from the brand, Jubilation XXV. This fragrance, I mean, the memories that I have attached with this fragrance, it's that good. This fragrance is a masterpiece. Blackberry, very fruity, juicy blackberry, with a lot of resins, honey, opoponax, myrrhe, oud. This has everything. Incense, of course. This is just to die for. I mean, yeah, I immediately smile when I smell this. Intoxicated. This is rich, this is regal, this is a scent that everyone will smell you. Now, they might not comment, they might not compliment you, but you will be noticed, definitely. And this is a very intriguing fragrance because, again, you will not have people smelling like this. So this is a very unique fragrance. And it's one of the best from Amouage, although Amouage is one of my favorite brands, so they have quite a lot of fantastic scents that I absolutely love, but this is my favorite. It's Jubilation XXV. It's a scent that everyone should try in their lifetime. And last but definitely not least, from the house of Xerjoff, from the Join the Club collection, More Than Words. Wow. Now, it's been a while since I featured a Xerjoff fragrance, and while I do like Xerjoff as a brand, I really do like a lot of the fragrances. Now, they have also a lot of duds for me, but the ones that I love, I really do love. And this is one of them. Wow, this is rose oud with dried fruits. This sweet dried fruits, jammy rose oud. Amazing. And this is very thick, very, very thick. And it's just intoxicating. This fragrance is really intoxicating. Actually, I had a friend of mine that when he smelled this on my skin, he said, like, wow, this smells like winter. Because it has the dark warmth, sweetness, smokiness. I mean, he really smelled this. For me, smells like winter for some reason, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I wear this mostly in the winter time because this is very heavy. This is a very strong, powerful perfume. I mean, sweet, bit smoky, dark, and it's a bomb. This will perform with this one, will last. I mean, will project, and it's very intoxicating. And this for me, it's one of the best rose oud fragrances out there. I mean, it's for nowadays not the best in my opinion. The best is Ambra oud from Ramon Monegal in my opinion. But it's out there. It's up there. You know, it's really up there. More Than Words. It's actually Ombre Nomad for me. It's quite inspired by More Than Words. More Than Words came out first, and then Ombre Nomad shares some similarities with More Than Words in my opinion. Not as sweet, I think, and it's more heavy in the incense, but you can see the similarities. I do like Ombre Nomad, but I mean, I don't know if it's worth having when I already have this. And this for me, it feels more rich. in the end. I absolutely love this. More Than Words from Xerjoff. Beautiful presentation, my opinion, of course. Again, guys, if you want a very nice, intense, heavy, sweet rose oud, check this one out. More Than Words by Xerjoff from the Join the Club collection. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what are your favorite, most intoxicating fragrances? Love to hear your suggestions. See you in the next video. Take care, guys. Ciao.